Welcome back. And you are not going to believe the hearing we have for you today. It involves a training instructor, 10,000 pounds worth of damage, and what else? Oh, yeah, a crate of frigging petrol bombs.
Wait, petrol bombs? Like an actual firebomb? What the hell were they training for? I mean, I've heard of the war on drugs, but that's a little extreme, no?
I know, it sounds insane, but meet PC Duthoit, a public order instructor at a police training center in the UK. In May 2022, on the night of an end-of-course party, things went from banging to burning.
Holy duck. Are you telling me a copper got drunk at a party and started throwing bombs? Please tell me we are talking about a copper getting drunk at a party and throwing bombs.
Let me break it down. After a 5-week public order instructor course at the Metropolitan Police's Riot Training Center in Gravesend, Kent, Duthoit, and others consumed alcohol in a medical hut on the premises. Subsequently, petrol bombs, which had been removed from storage, were thrown, and at least one started the blaze that took 2 hours to put out and used up 150 fire extinguishers.
Jesus, I was half joking. Wait, you said Duthoit was the instructor, right? Are you telling me the instructor threw them?
Well, you beat me to the twist. According to the panel, this wasn't a rogue student prank. They found that PC Duthoit, the lead instructor, was fully involved, possibly even leading the chaos. He denies throwing any bombs himself, but admits he was there and felt responsible for the outcome.
So, wait, nobody took the blame for throwing them? First of all, props to everyone for having each other's back and keeping stum. Secondly, how come Duthoit was in front of the panel if he didn't admit anything?
A few things. 2 Canadian officers on exchange at the time said they saw Duthoit throwing one. One described him going to get the bombs and said he threw one that spread flames under a burned-out training car. Someone who appeared to be Duthoit was caught on CCTV, though there were 2 people in white tops that day, and he said he couldn't remember clearly. But the panel didn't buy that. They said, if you remember everyone else throwing bombs, but can't remember whether you did, that's not credible.
This can't be real. A fire breaks out and he thinks he can just get out of it with, I can't remember. What is he, 12?
Exactly what the panel thought. They called it out directly, saying it was implausible he fetched those extinguishers for anything other than the fire he helped start. He also lied to night security, saying it was just a BBQ while telling someone, else the fire was under control. Spoiler, it really wasn't, and never called the fire brigade, trying to handle it in-house.
Huh. That answers something. I was wondering why they used 150 fire extinguishers. He was trying to cover it up, but I'm not sure how he planned to hide the fact that almost every extinguisher in the place had to be empty.
Well, the panel found that Duthoit's behavior breached the discreditable conduct standard under the Police Code of Ethics. They said it was reckless, dangerous, and likely to damage public trust. They even said the incident was akin to criminal damage.
I would have thought it was.
He'd already left the police by the time of the hearing, but the panel ruled that if he had still been serving, he would have been dismissed without notice. And he's now on the police-barred list, which means he can't return to any police force.
I mean, Stevie Wonder saw that coming. But what about the others? Were there consequences for the students or the Canadians?
No formal consequences mentioned regarding the others. Apparently throwing petrol bombs at a police training site is fine, if someone else is in charge. But I guess the focus was really on Duthoit as the leader. The panel said it was unlikely that junior officers would have done this without his go-ahead. They called out his role as the person who should have been setting the standard. They said the damage was worsened because Duthoit didn't call for help. He tried to hide what happened and failed to take responsibility. Even after all that, he claimed he didn't see a problem with it because it had apparently happened at other end-of-course parties.
Wait, what? So they had done this before?
Apparently so, but this time it caught up with them. But anyway, that was the case of PC Duthoit. No criminal charges, but a massive reputational hit, and a reminder that booze and firebombs don't mix. So what do you think? Should more people have been held accountable? Does this expose deeper problems with training culture? Drop a comment down below, and I'll catch you next time.
This was one of the most bizarre ones yet. Petrol bombs during police training. This is either the worst team-building exercise ever or the weirdest episode of the Police Academy. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you found this case as insane as we did, Be sure to subscribe for more like it. But as always, stay informed, stay aware, and remember, accountability matters.